Good evening, everyone. My name is Jackie Hastings, and I'm a Sapphire with Inspire here with Plexus, with Team Impact, with all those things. And I'm super excited tonight to be talking to you guys about big dreams and big vision and how that can be your reality too. So this past week and a half, there's been a lot going on. I think, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably have noticed there's a lot going on in the world right now in our lives and in so many things. And it can be consuming. And we can be overwhelmed, or we can be overjoyed, or we can catch the vision, or we can go into a downward spiral. Literally, as we were getting ready to hop on the plane, to go to Alaska, I got a message from my daughter who was homesick that day. Of course, the day I get on a plane, my daughter decides to throw up before school and has to stay home that day, right? Mom of the Year award. And she texts me and says, "Hey, what is going on in Esky?" I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "They're all on lockdown." And instantly I got chills. And I started looking around, and there was a threat of an active shooter at our kids' school area, and everything was in lockdown and nobody knew what was going on. Literally, as they called us to get on the plane, where I'm going to have no communication. And I had a choice. I could either hop on the plane and go, or I can continue, or I could have left then. And I wasn't going to be of any help. I wasn't going to do anything. All I was going to do is get in the way and just follow up later. So I chose to get on the plane. I chose to continue on. And thank God everything turned out okay. But that was really scary. And, there were a lot of choices. And in the past several days, there's been a lot more things going on. And our news feed is full of all kinds of things. We can look at the positive things that people are doing and have done, or we can look at the negative of things that people are doing as well. Um, and choose to focus on that. So, one of the things that I thought of is, when you're looking in this past week, if you're on this call, you've probably seen some of the Plexus jewels and diamonds who have gone to Alaska in this past week. And it was amazing. It was an incredible trip. And you might look at that and go, "Well, that can't be me." Or you might look at that and go, "You know what? I'd love to be on one of those trips. I would love to be on that leaders retreat that's coming up. I would love to go to that all-inclusive resort. I would love to go to Mayakoba in Mexico." Or you know what? Maybe your big is a little smaller right now, right? Maybe you're looking at someone who's had a significant weight loss, or whose face isn't as puffy, or who's sleeping at night, or who isn't a crazy mom screaming at her kids and doesn't have any control over her emotions. Maybe you can relate more to that and see yourself in a big vision of that. Or, you know what, maybe your vision is to be able to buy your groceries this week and not have to put them on your credit card and wonder how you're going to pay it off next month, or that gas, or when your kid wants to go to home weekends. I need new shoes. I need stuff for school. We're doing sports at school. We need this. You know what? Christmas is coming up and you're already starting to panic that you don't have the money to pay for the things that you want to buy. Maybe that's something that you can relate to. And those are a dream and vision that you've got. So you start scrolling and you see these things and you're like, "I want that. I want that. I can see that." Or you can see, you know what? These people have taken in foster kids. They've helped these different people. They've done all of these different things to help others. I want to be able to do that, but you don't have any idea how. So, um, so those are some of the things that you might be seeing and wanting to do. So big or small, those things matter when you want them and when you need them. And there's a difference between that want and when you need. And sometimes we need a little spark, because sometimes life is hard and we need something a little different, right? Um, is it within your reach? Yeah, it could be. And for me, I used to think it was not. I always pick on Courtney. I see you're on here and I use your story all the time because I would see you doing these calls and I see your beautiful white everything. And I'm like, that is not me. I am not that. I can't do this. If I were to spin my camera around right now, you guys, I'm in my basement. This part looks good, but the rest isn't done. You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to have white everything and fur and wonderfulness or barn dominium or all of those things. You can be a real normal person. And what matters is that you want to help others. You want to help others. You're willing to cast a vision. And here's the part, you're willing to do the work. So, the truth is, though, the longer that I've been doing this, the more I realize that this business in doing whatever this is isn't about me at all. It's about the amazing things I'm able to post about, not to glorify myself, but because it's helping cast vision to others. Just this week alone, I've had a couple of people message me about health things I've talked about different money things I've talked about that they're struggling. I went to the meat market today to check on, or yesterday to check on some different things. And the guy that owns the meat market was, you know what? I've been following you all week in Alaska. I want to do that too. And I'm like, well, then we need to sit down and talk. I know that your wife's been having some health issues. We can help her and we can help you. You guys can do this too. So never, never discount posting about your wins because they can inspire someone else. So we're in the business of changing the lives of other people through changing our own lives. Um, some people, myself included, may feel weird, I use that word, sharing our victories, but what if that inspires someone else? What if that inspires someone and starts something that changes in their life for the better? And then what if you do that and then you've achieved something great, right? And that passes on. You've casted that vision and that carries on. You guys know I'm a godly person and I love the Bible. It's a book for those of you who are not godly. We can read it as a book of anything else, but in there, Philippians 2 3-4, nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interests of others. So we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it out of humility because we want to help someone else. And not everybody catches that part. It's our part to try to educate them on that, but not everybody's open to that. And if they're not, it's okay. It's not it You might not be that person for them. This might not be the thing for them. They might not have casted that vision yet, but keep casting it because maybe they'll catch on eventually, right? Be humble, be bold. Do not be afraid. And for heaven's sakes, don't be ashamed. If you have done well, if your kids did well on a test or a sporting event, don't you praise them? Don't you say, put that trophy on the counter? All these little things behind me, these congratulations doodads, they're things that I've earned, and I'm not going to just put them in a cabinet because, you know what, maybe one of you out there is like, you know what, I want to go to Manitoba. I want one of those blue sapphire thingies. I want to do those things, and it's amazing. So, helping inspire others with that vision and inspiring them to do the same. Um, so many are talking about Alaska this week, right? Another about her health changes, and then people you don't even know are watching your story. I was talking to a friend yesterday on the phone, and she said that people have been coming up to her and saying, oh my goodness, I have been watching you. You're becoming such a great businesswoman. I never knew you could do this. Wow. This is somebody who's made some huge life changes, who's had some incredible things happening. God is working in wonderful ways in her life. And if we have taken the time to pour into that person, who knows where she'd be, right? She wouldn't be inspiring others to do the same. So, you're going to also make sure that you need to walk with people on their journey. This is not Amazon Prime where people sign up, you get a bonus and you run away. That's not what we're called to do. We're supposed to walk with people on their journey and then lead those who want to be led. Sometimes people don't want to be led. and that's on them. And we can't, unfortunately, help every single person because not everyone's open to learning. Those of you that are on this call, that are on the book clubs, that are on those things, you're open to that. And I applaud you, because if you continue to do that, you're going to have success over time. But in that journey, you're going to run into some, haters that are going to hate, right? Some who will not learn or refuse to be led. It's hard, but you've got to remember that that is on them, not on you, even though your tender heart may suffer. And I've run into this a few times, and every time it stings, and I'm like, you know what? I can't change them. I can only change my reaction to them and learn and go farther. Proverbs again, whoever ignores instruction despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains understanding. And that's where it's really important too for you to stay connected to your sponsor. They are going to correct you out of love, out of care, out of concern. Stay in touch with your sponsor to help you. And sometimes, if you've got a good sponsor, they may say things that you don't want to hear. Why? Because they love you. Your kids, they want to eat cookies and ice cream and all that stuff every day. As a parent, do you let them? Please, I hope not. Occasionally, yeah, but when they say no and they throw a fit and all of that stuff, do you give in all the time? No. Why? Because you know what's best for them. Our jewel leaders, our diamond leaders, our corporate, they have our best interests in mind. Listen to them, even though it may not be what you want to hear. Okay. John Maxwell, you guys, he's awesome. He always has these nuggets of wisdom. I have like 85 of his books behind me. If you haven't read them, they're great. Um, he says a great leader's courage to fulfill his vision comes from passion, not position. We can have some diamonds who are not leaders. Somehow they've managed to get to that position, right? But we can have a brand new person who's a leader, who has that passion, who has that vision, and they're maybe only a silver, or maybe they just signed up yesterday, but they've got that gift within them to lead others and to do the thing. So remember, it doesn't matter what your rank is, remember what your heart is and what you help serve. um, People buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. So that's where we talk about when we're posting and we're doing those things, it's not going to serve you or anyone else well at all to be posting a bunch of garbage. The negativeness, all of the nastiness of the world that's out there right now, it's not serving you or anyone well. Spin it, do some positives. There's a lot of positives that can come out of the things that are happening right now. Use those things. Keep posting stories, share other people's stories, share the vision of other people, because that is something that somebody is going to look at. We all have something that we can share. We can share something of value to other. Maybe we have recipes, maybe we have exercise things, maybe we have a prayer or a verse or quotes or some gardening or parenting tips or savings advice or health tips. Make sure you're posting some of those things so people are following and looking at you. And when they're scrolling through the feed, they go, you know what, that's someone I want to follow. Someone I want to follow. And that's your start of being a leader, no matter what your rank is. So, then we need to put it into action. They always say action eats strategy for breakfast or whatever. Simon Sinek, he's also great. He says, words may inspire, but only action creates change. So if I'm just sitting here and spouting all this off, but not doing the things, bad on me. I'm a terrible leader if I'm doing that, right? I put it into action. I'm reaching out and doing the things, and you need to too. So let's say you have someone who's been following you and messages you and says, hey, Jackie, I need you to help me make $300 this month because I don't know where I'm going to get gas money. Or, you know what? My utility bill is coming due and I don't have the money for it. Or I need to have money for whatever. Let's say they need $300. Do you know how to break that down for them? And this month, you guys, It's insane. The business building bonuses are doubled. And then for a new person, those fast start bonuses are doubled, basically, from the regular bonus. So say I have a brand new person that I talk to, say the guy at the meat market, I talk to him and his wife, and I say, you know what? I can help you. I can get, over $300 in your pocket this month. How are we going to do it? Do you know three friends who have some issues going on? And one of the things that I like to use is that graphic that talks about Candida, and we can't post it publicly and link Plexus to it, or compliance is going to get at us because they're trying to protect us to keep us safe from the FDA and all of those things. But I can privately message them and say, do you have brain fog? Do you have, the whole list of those things, and say, yeah, I know people who have that. Or, you know what, do you have friends who take probiotics, or want clean skincare, or take a daily multivitamin, or who have kids in school who are getting sick all the time, or who take energy drinks. Well, they've got three people. Or who are your three people that you message the most frequently? Your ride or dies. Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get them started on Triplex, and we'll say that we've already informed them about this and how it's going to help with gut health. So if they have three people this month sign up with that normal business building bonus of $24 becomes $48. So instantly they've got $144 coming their way, and that's next day pay. You guys, that is huge for somebody who has bills coming up right away. And then when they get those three people right away, they've just gone fast start silver. That's $100. And if they do it fast start, if they're brand new, they just earned another $100. What would $365.75 do for someone who's struggling? That's huge, right? I had someone else message me the other day saying, you know, I've been seeing these posts about if you've got 11 friends and you do this and that, and you can earn leaders retreat and over $16. How does that work? I'm like, okay, let's break this down. So if you have 11 friends and they do the reset and weight loss combo, you guys, that's $92 each that you're getting as a business building bonus. If you've got 11 of them, that's $1,012. You get Fast Start Silver, $200. Fast Start Senior Silver, $300. You've got your commission that you get from them next month. That's $180, it's almost $700. And you're going to Cancun. How big of a vision could that be for somebody who's in the dumps right now? And there are a lot of people in the dumps right now. That could change somebody's life. You could change their whole trajectory. And if they project that to a few people and they start that vision, why not snowball that effect upward instead of that downward toilet spiral of negativity that has been going on, right? Um, so my question, are you mapping vision for people, setting a plan and giving them the support and action steps to achieve it? It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to do it. So breaking it down simply like this, you guys, that was easy. I'm a green, I'm a nerd. I do these things. They're second nature to me. If you're not, connect to your sponsor. Somebody in your line knows how to do this and will help you figure it out, right? Um, I love Gandhi. He also said, I will not walk mine with their dirty feet. You guys, don't let those dirty feet into your head. They're not any good. They're not serving you well. Close it off. Shirley MacLaine, gotta love her too. It's so funny. It's got a lot of different influences here. Dwelling on the negative simply contributes to its power. It's a tough one. Where your energy goes is where your energy flows. You've got to think about that and start moving upward. Um, so some action steps tonight for you. Number one, unfollow the negativity. You don't have to unfriend people, but you can unfollow them. It doesn't show up anything in their feed. You don't have to block them. but you sure as heck don't have to see all the garbage that they're putting up, right? Number two, follow positive people. Say a comment here and there so that their stuff is showing up in your feeds. We need to have more of that other than the garbage. Number three, cast positivity to others. Like I was saying before, we all have some value to add: recipes, exercise, prayer, quotes, gardening, parenting tips, savings, some things that your kids are doing that are great. You guys, we all have something. Pick something good that you can share with others. Number four, connect with someone to help. That means not to help you, but someone that you're going to help. Someone that has commented on your feed, who has talked to you about something, send a message to them. And you know what? Better yet, call them. I know it's scary. Oh my gosh, use a phone and talk to a real life person. Okay, you don't have to do that. Send a voice message, okay? Don't get really long, because people like me who make some messages, it freaks them out and turns them off. Send a quick voice message to them. Smile while you do it. Put that positive energy in their focus. Even something as simple to someone saying, "Hey, friend, I thought of you today. How can I pray for you?" Open that door, see where they're hurting and how you can help them, right? Number five, ask/see their vision. So, my vision for my people might be completely different from where they're at. Are you remembering to ask your people what their vision is? We've talked about how a ship in the water without a map is just like spinning around lost. If you don't know what your people want to achieve, how in the world are you helping them with their health and wellness and their financial goals? You're not. You're not giving them that direction, and then they're not getting the wins that they want. So their odds of continuing are a lot less. Make sure you're helping them get those wins. Okay, number six, help them plot it out. And again, we talked about that here. What would this month do for you? What would it do for them? What would those things happen? And number seven, celebrate their success. When you put a post up about somebody, when you celebrate someone, when you send them a congratulatory message, when you make them feel good and you give them that win, it feels good. I don't care if you're one or if you're 99, if you're a new person or if you're a diamond. We all like someone to say, "You've done a good job." So those are the things that I think are big, and those little things can lead to catching the dream, catching that vision, and helping your people do the same. I hope this has been helpful. You've got a couple minutes, reach out, do the good things. Thanks for listening to me tonight. Have a good night.